So by the time this video comes out, this character should have already been uploaded. We'll do at least one more video. And I normally don't do videos on my own custom characters. Oh my goodness. I mean, we're playing on Aaron, but we also have Knight Aaron anyway. And we have 3 custom mysteries, but yeah, in a way I'm also testing out the character here as well, just to make sure they work, because this time I'm using the perm plugin. I mean, I was last time, but what I mean by that I was doing a very base non-perm plugin run before this recording, just to make sure the character works. But yeah, not really much else to say. Let's get into it for timestamp's sake. So as we get into Aaron, Knight Errant custom character once more, again, I didn't add anything to the character, so if anyone goes, the character is available on the Discord server, that's what I should say to begin with, at least, and then I'll try to throw it up on the beta branch on Steam, but we'll see, because it's been a long time since I uploaded or modified anything there. Light, dexterity, second mystery, strength, knowledge, maybe every single stat check, but charisma would be at the very end if the 6th floor even appears. Otherwise, yeah, for this character in particular, nothing really too much else to say. Everything that I could say is also just in the, you know, in the ito/text files that exist with this character. So yeah, not really much else to say at the moment, because I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something vital. Nails, Vigil, no Kana, unfortunately. Postal, Flat, and Piano. That is a trinity of custom mysteries that, I mean, at this point I am using a lot of custom mysteries with bosses in them relative to the number of mysteries that don't have bosses in them. Still though, no, actually we have to take the 3 dangerous ones first, because otherwise I just get slapped in the face. So we will take Postal first, because there may not be a boss, and that sounds weird. I know my normal decision-making process, that would have been really good, by the way. But we can still scary story. I mean, we have 7 charisma now. One of them gave me charisma. We also got strength. Cool. But I normally do not take a mystery that could have a boss in it, where a boss is not guaranteed, or I just forget as we get Jacob's Kolonka. But does that pull from the cookbook thing? Because oh no, I didn't add the turkey. Anyway, don't worry about it. But what was I saying? Things. I'm going crazy. Yeah, I forgot. Jacob's Golonka just combo broke my own thoughts, but anywho, yeah, this character is what they are. What she is. So yeah, and again, anything that's involved, just know. I mean, I'll say the same things because it's true. So how I better summarized what I wanted to say in the last video is that I did learn from another artist's art style, but again, and you just have to take me at my word at this, I am not that artist, nor am I someone related to that artist. That being said, you know, in one road, at least I did not use, you have to trust me when I say I did not use AI to make any character assets, basically. That was not worded well, but the first part was essentially word for word what I put in my text files. I think it's called a meta-info.txt file inside the characters folder, but again, once you know what you're doing to some extent, I forgot that I didn't grab the legal den things and I can't run anymore, so this is going to be interesting because we get 8 damage per, so I mean, if you're using an average weapon, sure, but you don't want to be using an average weapon for a boss encounter like this, so we'll fight till the end, but I think we have to use Jacob's Kolonka. We do. So we take doom damage for this, but if we continue hitting all of these attacks, we might be doing a bit better than we expect. Also, because I think Aaron has sped up my action speed, or brace, one of the two. Because if you didn't know, through this old god, or by custom old gods in general, just make sure, there's a chance we didn't hit that, but it's fine. Yeah, with Aaron, specific action time speeds can be sped up or sped down. Specifically, things like brace, I think sever as well, but if not, you get the point where I'm trying to make here. A normal attack, strong attacks, fire actions can all have their action speed changed by this old god, and by extension, any custom old gods, I believe so. So, shrug, flatten to piano. So yeah, we need to grab 3 more allies, by the way. We don't have any funds, so Kyoko, Yoichi, Asato. I'm not using a weapon, so that's really unfortunate. But man, I'm really forgetting what I was talking about at the very beginning. So if it wasn't just basically behind the scenes of how I made the character. I showed that in the 0.5 episode prior, but still, you understand the part of the process I make. And again, those were really, so in image processing terms, those were different layers based on different body parts. Because at a certain point, I mean, anyone getting into, I guess, GIMP or anything like that, any software similar to that, is that when you're working with, or just working with layers in general, you really do want to start making, in my case, folders. I'll call it folders for the moment, so that you have everything sorted out. So for example, especially for a more complete character, you might have a character's head folder where it has, the eyes, the shading, the color of the head, eyes, eyebrows, so on and so forth. And then that folder is that folder contains like maybe 16 to 26 different layers. And if you have even just 16 to 26 different layers, you should probably split that up into folders as well. You understand where I'm getting at here, but basically, maybe the body has 20 layers, and then you put all of those folders into another folder that is the character, because maybe you want to put a background if you're doing something more, that's not World of War, like you're just making a character drawing, and you want to put a background along with it, then yeah, you would end up with, maybe 3 or 4 folders, but when you expand each folder, each of those folders has a bigger file, has a bunch of folders or just files in them, or folders and files in the case of, again, bigger projects. I just realized here that we are in trouble. So do we benefit from that immediately? No. So we're actually in a lot of trouble, but them's the breaks. I think I have to drink this champagne and then toss the empty bottle as well. Yeah, so we can guarantee an out, because there's a chance we could have done 10 damage, which we did do. And so by throwing the empty bottle and then doing a 10 damage ally attack, we do 11 HP's worth. No, without throwing the empty bottle, we would have needed to do 11 HP's worth of damage, which we could have done, but I was not concentrating. So we're gonna tree twice. If we get hunger, so be it. If we get brain damage, that's really bad. If we get 2 brain damage, I was gonna just flip onto the bed behind me. But otherwise, I did not visit the police station yet either, so let's do that. Either. Well, that's a question for later. But anywho, we get 3 funds, and yeah, off we go. Take Doom, do more stuff. We have 70% Doom, by the way, and I think Aaron did increase my Doom by 5 at some point. I don't know if Aaron increased my thing anymore, but as we get Ringing Ears, and now we're slower for it. Maybe it's fine because we have things. I'm gonna visit the History Club. Would have been nice to grab a thingamajiggy, but no. Yeah, no. So we're gonna instead visit the monument. We're gonna use it at least twice. But after that, we'll see if we can use it more. Ringing Ears is really not doing anything good for me. Can I get rid of that? I think that counts as a curse, question mark? Yeah. Yeah. So, investigate the room so we don't get a mangled hand. Never mind. We take an earworm instead. And, so I think at some point... No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. So, yeah, we just... Did we? Yeah, knowledge decreases, so we got 0 statted there. We'll do another run. That was a bit past the second run, but bear with me here because as we get a 327 curse, both settings flipped. That's not a normal run. That being said, no, that's not a normal run. I was going to say you don't often run into that. I was going to say that you can run into that more often than not. Sorry, wrong wording. But... that's not true. So that's, again, there are of these, even Cthulhu and to the same extent Herald, you have about 7 out of 9 old gods that are pretty normal. After that, though, of course, as we go into this 327 curse run, the backstories, there are like a handful of backstories that can make your run really not normal. Most of them indirectly. One really, Eldritch Parasite really only really changes your run, in my opinion, at least more so than the other backstories. Takshisan, Strength, Dexterity, Charisma, every single stat check, and then maybe a second mystery check, but definitely Takshisan first, and a whole lot of wishing. So, in a more normal run, even though this one, again, ally attack, funny enough, this ally attack strat, at least the one that I'm employing here, does have its peculiarities, if I can use that big word correctly and pronounce it correctly. Vigil, Bulletin, Auteur, Feat, and Goal. So Feat, Goal, and Auteur. Basically, all 3 custom mysteries again. But, again, I do it from, again, and I sounds like I'm complaining, which I am, but it's all in good fun. It is really still, this is like kind of near the bare minimum of kind of custom content and old gods that we have at the moment, based World of War, that is challenging enough, that is fun for me. So that's not to say I'm working on lower or playing on lower difficulties as, oh no, oh look at you. I mean, I am not the target audience of World of War. I will say though, to add as a good pizza slice to that is that dedicated players are still an important part of your audience, even if they may only be 5 to 10%. That being said, again, it depends on what you're doing with your video game. If you're looking at success and to a larger extent with financial or capital gain, then yes, you do want to basically. It's half and half. So the first half I was gonna say here is that you do want to not cater, but you do want to make a game for the audience that you intend, which is likely going to be the not casual audience, but it is the casual audience that is not focused on things like I am, like focused on gameplay. That being said, because you're making a video game, hey, lo and behold, because you're making a video game, well, obviously it has to be fun, but the other side of that is that, I did not grab allies, by the way. The other side of that is that the game should still play as a game. So not only does it have to be fun, but it also has to maintain not a balance, but the gameplay has to make sense. Because I don't want to say it has to be balanced, because that's not true. A game doesn't need to be balanced, because otherwise, why do story-based games exist? Oh, that's right, I'm on 7th curse. Yeah, I completely forgot. We do have random item stats, so I guess we're working with a butterfly knife instead. But basically, how game your game is, that's the best wording I can use at the moment, is likely something that the more, not diehard fan, but players who are more in tune with playing your game as a game will know. And again, it depends. If I were to use specific examples without going to specific names, so a shooter should feel like a shooter. If it doesn't feel good to shoot in a shooting game, if it doesn't feel good to move in a shooting game, as odd as that might sound, if it doesn't feel good preparing to, and to some extent having strategy in your shooter, I'm just making sure I don't have the second encounter check. Then yeah, you should probably listen to, shooting game players that even they may not be your target audience, because maybe you want to appeal to a wider audience that does not know shooters as much, which would account for a lot of player. I mean, the audience for shooting games is high as well. But if you get where I'm trying to get at here, yeah, feet first. Then the people who know about a genre of game are probably who you want to listen to if you want to make the shooting aspect more pronounced, or at least have it add more flavor to the base game. Because there are shooting games that are story-based, there are shooting games that are, rail shooters, and then there are shooting games that are competitive, which is the more prominent example as of this day and age. Another example we can use is like turn-based games. It may be a turn-based roguelike, so you focused on the roguelike elements, but it still has to feel like a turn-based strategy game. Things like this are go into consideration. By the way, I think this first strong attack is faster, right? Yeah, it is. Did we get out for this? No, we're barely off. So instead, hopefully we can brace into something. We can brace into a kick. Hold on, I need to focus for a moment. And yeah, it takes 2 stamina damage because of those 2 reasons. But otherwise, yeah, this is a very specific weapon, by the way. First attack is stronger. I wonder if that exists at base game. I'm trying to think of a weapon that functions like that. If it is, it's not a weapon I use often. But, anywho, why did I go on that tangent of gaming into game? Yeah, I forgot where I even started with all that. Nice 11 roll, by the way, game. Try to sneak that past me. But, as we have 18% Doom on our second mystery. Oh boy, pain. Yeah, this is pain. It's a lot of pain. We do get to throw an 85% relatively well with somewhat good accuracy, but the problem remains. We're at 15 HP. Pain. It's fine. Fun. No, actually, no. This is more accurate, so we would rather do that. And then prep attack, prep strong. Or prep strong, prep attack. One of the two. Why did I start talking about being able to make a game for a game? It had to do with basically the motivations behind making the game fun. I don't remember. I'm trying to really remember, because now this is kind of an exercise in my own brain. But as we move on here, I think we'll be okay. 5 stamina, 6 reason. I think we're taking... Oh no, we might be taking 3 all damage. We are. We can do this, but the problem is we have a power problem, but it's the best we've got, and there's a chance that we do moderately well. If not, we just need to hit one of these two next attacks, and we should be good to go, because whether we miss this next attack or not, which we actually hit, so I don't need to go through the trouble of doing Desperate Prep Strong. Yeah, off we go. We're going to take a look at this, by the way. 4 damage, 75 speed, but it's still dexterity, whereas this 475, 80, 475, 60. Yeah, so chance of dealing 1 extra damage, but the effect of the butterfly knife, which is a custom item, by the way, that is featured, requires the perm plugin to use. Yeah, it's a lot better, as it turns out. I did not fill the empty bottle. That makes me sad. But otherwise, we'll double up on Charisma for the sake of reason in the Lighthouse, but after that, we'll see. Now, keep in mind, we have gold now, so oopsie doopsie. Yeah, I'm trying to rewind my own thing, but as you know, if you've been with this channel for more than 2 videos, you know that I forget a lot of things immediately. So I can go back to the topic of custom characters, but in general, I mean, yes, at this point I would have seen, so if you didn't know, Panstaz just added, not added, but Panstaz, basically, there's more communication with Panstaz in the Discord server as of this recording, me recording right now. So, if you didn't know, and if you're not part of the Discord, you know, it would be good to get information from there. Strong. I think we just bet the farm here. Although we do want to guarantee the strong. But, 82%? And off we go. I don't think we can... yeah, I think I need a rest during this mystery, as odd as that sounds. As we get into this fight... Never mind. Too late now. Why did we lose stamina? I'm going crazy. Well, let's hope we hit this attack. If we do, we might have a way out. We did not, so... I'm in trouble. So, without further ado, not really much else to say here. Might have to go for... Can I even go for a dodge? I guess we're going to find out. Otherwise, we have to start gambling. This is... Is that real? This is 14 HP. So we should be able to get out with this. Let's see if my math worked correctly. Okay, it did. Assuming we hit both attacks, but hey, don't get 15%ed. That being said, I think I threw an empty bottle, right? Yeah, I did. So we heal stamina, and we move on. Please let me know if you want to hear me talk. Oh, Vigil with 4 stamina, 6. No, we can't do that. I almost accidentally clicked on it. Yeah, but yeah, please let me know if you want to hear me talk about something in a video. Yeah, because I will forget things often, because I combo break myself by running into a situation in which I need to expend more brain power, or as little as I have. But, yeah, not really much else to say about the custom character. I did my best. I was planning to make 3 as a set. Usually I try to make 3 in a set, or at least plan 3 in a set. But if I have to do, for example, in my example here, game dev, then I have to do game dev. We want to rest here, by the way. Oh my goodness, fetid fumes. Did I tree here in this run yet? No. So we just have to take the holes into paranoia. We'll use a bit more doom here. We have some to spare, but really don't want to rest anymore if I can help it. So, and I think I'll hold this. Do I hold this level up? Do we have fame, by the way? No, because we don't have fame yet. Oh no, wait, we don't have any allies. We could get hermit and dogs. But, 1, we're not on Aaron, and 2, the chance of running into an ally recruit event is not that large. So, yeah, none of this helps me out, but we'll do our best. We'll still take strength for the purposes of bracing, but, yeah, aside from core strength, the other 2 perks I have are not helping me. Now, with Thotu Flame, on the other hand, cha-ching! And the reason for that is, the reason why I mentioned that is that, on an Thotu run, funny enough, because you can use a Thotu Flame, you're not going to take the extra damage. In fact, that extra damage essentially turns into 8 damage, although if you want to include the 2 Doom on top of that, sure, I did not do the side quest here, so... Whoops. Actually, I'm going to take a look here while I'm waiting on this bulletin. So yeah, we lose 3 reason, holes, and pain, but... If we can get through this last mystery without taking any more damage, we're going to heal stamina, by the way, then we should be fine. We're in Vigil, but hey. And so what did Panstaz talk about here? Oh, the fact that I think if we didn't already know, we have a specific camera mechanic coming up. And specifically, I'm quoting Panstaz here, so let me take a moment. Give me 10 seconds. So there are... Oh my goodness. Help! Help! Why am I going crazy? Oh, because I thought... No. So let me just make sure I'm getting... Yeah, I want to make sure I'm getting this right. So let me just go through this. Bow, bow, clap, clap. Yeah. I'm just going to search Panstaz by name in the Discord server. Again, I'm looking at the official Discord server. Right? Maybe there's another fan Discord server somewhere, but I don't know about it. So we'll equip the ritual robe, grab this meat cleaver, and start doing the ritual, because we don't want to spend any more doom than we need to. But otherwise... So yeah, 20 new enemies and 60 new events on the base game. That's quoting Panstaz there. Let me repeat that. So in this next update, I don't know when it's coming out, but at least Panstaz gave us information that there will be around, so approximate that, what is it? The tilde wave? What do you want to... I don't know what it's called. We have to run from this, by the way. For all damage? Are you kidding me? Anywho, but yeah. Wave symbol 20 new enemies, and then wave symbol 60 more events. So... for some reason, if anyone wants to say that doesn't sound like much, keep in mind that at base game, you have around 100 to 120 events, maybe more than that. Maybe, let's assume there are even 200 events at base game, like, that you can investigate normally, like, in all the, among all the locations. 60 events is still, like, another, basically a 20% increase in the number of events. And then 20 enemies is probably, like, a third, or let's even say a fifth of the increased enemies, which, that's interesting. Now, my question is whether or not certain bugs will be addressed. What comes to mind immediately is the inventory bug, but the throw item inventory bug. But again, those don't crash the game, so they wouldn't be top priority. And I'm pretty sure it's already been reported more than a few times. Anywho, let's get into this. So Tachi-san first. Do you have the 6th floor? No. So we're taking 9 stamina and 9 stamina. Yeah, 9 stamina. So we do need to rest at this lighthouse. But afterward, we don't really need to do much else. In fact, we have the long pig steak, but that ruins my... Well, it doesn't matter because our reason is high anyway. So, without further ado, let's Tachi-san here. And be on our merry little way. I think this... Yeah, funny enough. So, interesting thing to note here is that with the butterfly knife at base, you can do 3 regular attacks, but because of the 50% time unit decrease on your first strong attack, you can fit in the strong kind of in place of an attack. In fact, faster, because you'll notice that I use an attack boost action here. But anyway, that's yeah, not really much else to say here. Do I still want to do this? I have the handcuffs. Never mind. What am I talking about? But we still defeat Tachi-san anyway, so hey. But otherwise... Yeah, again, if there's anything you wanted me to at least clarify or move on with because maybe I forgot to talk about something, or maybe I missed something, or maybe there's something important I needed to say, or maybe the character is not working for you, please let me know. You can reach out to me on Discord, or I have an email that's also added to the metainfo.txt file, but it's also available on this channel somewhere. I can't remember where. Don't need to level up, don't waste time. And off we go. So, without further ado, I'll lift this rock for about 5 to 10 seconds so you can read it, but otherwise... Yeah, not going to take up too much of your time. If you want to support me, you know what to do. If you don't want to support me or you want to do anything else, feel free to reach out, or you're just going to look at other videos. I mean, that's fine too. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!